My mom tried to send me to military school because I stopped my sister from stealing my money. She even forged my dad's signature to make it happen. A year later, those same papers helped my dad nuke the divorce. Turns out my little princess was an expensive habit. When I was 14, I was saving cash for a scooter. I earned it the hard way, yard work, odd jobs, the whole deal. My younger sister Kayla spent her allowance the second she got it, then hunted down my hiding spots and skimmed my savings like it was normal. One night, I counted everything and came up short. A clean $100 was missing. I confronted her and she did what she always did. Deny, fake cry, run to mom. Mommy, he's picking on me. My mom, Diane, snapped her fingers at me. Shut up. She said she didn't do it. I said, I keep a ledger. The numbers don't lie. Mom waved me off. No proof. Drop it or you're grounded. So I called my dad, Mark, at work. An hour later, the house phone rang and my mom started yelling in the kitchen. Then she stormed into my room, red-faced, like I'd robbed her. I can't believe you ratted me out, she hissed. So you admit she took it? She sneered. Girls need more money than boys. You should give it to her. She said it like that ended the discussion. When she raised a hand at me, I stood up. I was already as tall as her, and I didn't move. She froze, swung at my dresser instead, hit it wrong, and cursed through clenched teeth. Then she stomped off to her wine fridge, because that was her solution to everything. Dad came home, marched Kayla into my room, and made her confess. He told me I wasn't grounded, handed me $100, and grounded her for a week. That was the pattern. Kayla stole, mom defended, dad reimbursed me because mom never would. A few days later, dad bought me a small combination safe, and we didn't tell mom or Kayla. 2 weeks later, I came home to my room ransacked. Nothing stolen, just trashed. Mom denied it, then shrugged. If she did it, you had it coming. Be nicer. I told Kayla she couldn't reach my money anymore, and she exploded. The next day, my window was shattered because she'd thrown my safe out of it. She admitted it like she was proud, and mom tried blaming me for owning a safe. Dad replaced the window, grounded Kayla for a month, and installed a deadbolt on my door with a coded lockbox for the key. Mom still slid Kayla her allowance behind dad's back like the rules were optional. Mom demanded the code. Dad stared at her and said, no, I don't trust you. When dad was home, Kayla sulked. When he wasn't, mom acted like grounding was optional too. With the lock, the begging started again, like nothing had happened. Kayla wanted $40 for a game. I said, you won't pay me back. She swore she would, so I wrote a simple IOU and said dad would witness it. She ripped it up and ran to mom like clockwork. Mom came stomping up the stairs and yelled, just give her the money, I said, then sign the IOU, and she lifted her hand like she'd slap me. I didn't wait around for the follow-through. I turned, stepped inside, and locked my door. Then she lunged for the handle out of habit. Next, the deadbolt stopped the door cold. After that, her face hit solid wood with a loud thud. Then she slid down, crying and cursing. Next, I opened the door to her swollen lip. After that, she pointed at me and screamed, you did this. Then I said, no, you did. Dad told me to stop baiting her, but he also told her the lock stayed. A week before my 15th birthday, I found a military school pamphlet by the patio chair where mom drank. I waited for dad and showed him. When he confronted her, she snapped, he locks his door. I can't even spank him anymore, dad said. He needs a mother who stops our daughter from stealing. The next morning, mom tried to stuff papers into the trash before work. I pulled them out after she left. It was a military school application in her handwriting, with 2 signatures hers, and a pathetic fake of dad's. Dad filed it away, just in case. A few months later, her affair came out and dad filed for divorce. When she started demanding the house, alimony, and child support, dad's lawyer put those forged signatures on the table, and she got cooperative real fast. The day I moved to dad's new place, Kayla stuck her tongue out. Mom says I'm the princess, that's why you're leaving. I just said, cool, and walked out. After that, seeing my sister once a week only made things worse, until we stopped talking at all. Mom even turned my old room into her home office like I never existed. And honestly, I didn't feel like I lost anything.